Hello! What's up, nerd? Thank you for the raid, buddy. Appreciate you. Dangle! T-Bone! Que paso, mi amigos? Oh, yeah, we chatting. We're talking, we're chatting today. What's going on, Ice Wolf? What's up, Detroit? How is everybody doing? Going on, Mondo? I, uh, I have a couple of things to go over today. I am going to try not to get emotional, but you guys know that won't happen. You know I am going to be rendered. Hello, lady. I am going to be rendered a mess as I go through it and talk about it. But I am going to do my best to get through this. What's going on, Steven? So as some of you are aware, the GoFundMe for my brother, I love you, Hellbolt, has started. I'm going to post the link in a little bit. Most of you have already donated, and I was 2 minutes late for the feed today, the stream today, and so Paul, and it's because I literally just got off the phone with Ryan. I was 2 minutes late because I was actively talking to Ryan. And Ryan is overwhelmed, and he is extremely thankful, and he is humbled. He said this has been hard for him because, like me, and Doug and Trevor can attest, growing up in our family, in a very strong Italian household, you don't ask for help. You're an Italian, you just pull up your bootstraps and just keep going. I've learned it over the last year just to say thank you and accept help and gifts. Ryan hasn't learned that yet, and he's learning that lesson now. So he is overwhelmed, which is overwhelming to me. So thank you. And there's actually some really cool things that are going to be coming out of this. Yes, and shout out to everybody that has donated. Mondo, you know what? I'm going to stop there. I'm not going to name names because people are not doing it for recognition. And honestly, almost everybody has donated, and it is humbling. And again, we thank you. It is so much. So as you can see, it is going spectacularly. It is only about 4 days into it. We are a third of the way there. I'm going to post the link in the chat just in case you wanted to. So Good, Lee. I hope you're holding up well too, buddy. Um, this is Ryan. Ryan just got married a couple months ago. This is his new wife, Vivi. In the lower corner, you're in the lower left corner, you're gonna see Ryan in uniform. Ryan followed in my footsteps and joined the Navy after hearing and seeing all the cool things I got to experience. He went in as a nuke. Um, and unfortunately, when he was in, um, there was the Fukushima meltdown disaster. And unbeknownst to him, because as we know, the extent of the nuclear meltdown was not known because Japan was not very forthright. And news of how bad it was did not reach people for a very long time. Unfortunately, Ryan was on a ship that happened to be passing through that nuclear fallout cloud. Shortly after that, he started having issues with low red blood cells, and the Navy treated it as iron deficiency and as anemia. About 6 months ago, he was just getting some back pain, and they had done an x-ray, didn't see anything of note. They noticed a little smudge, but they said they're just going to keep an eye on it. Fast forward to about a month and a half ago. It is a 3 centimeter by 5 centimeter tumor. And he has been, he has renal cancer. Ironically, he and I both share the orange ribbon. As my leukemia is also represented by the orange ribbon, so is his cancer. In the upper corner, you will see him, his twin brother, my sister, myself, and my other brother, Nathan. Those are the 5 kids in the family. And in the top, you'll see Ryan is a goalie. That's, besides his wife and his kid, is his big passion. So, soon, in the next 60 days, Ryan is going to be having his kidney removed, and his ureter and a small piece of his bladder. When they remove his kidney, they'll be able to see the extent of the tumor and to see the likelihood of whether or not it's going to spread. Obviously, lungs in close proximity, it's a concern, but We don't know much more than that. He will be on disability. Disability doesn't pay, pardon my French, doesn't pay dick compared to what he's making. And quite frankly, as you know, general corporate America is not too keen on helping anyway. So he's already starting to get screwed around with disability and short-term disability and the likes, good thanks to New York State. So we can't rely on, and I'll even tell you, he works for Moog, and you'd think a company like Moog would take care of their people. He, like I, had military-related jobs when we got out. And we can tell already, like literally in the last 48 hours, he's been jerked around by work, and it's already getting tough, and he hasn't even had the surgery yet. They said the surgery he'll be out for about 3 to 4 months, possibly. And having a brand new wife, just buying a house last month, and of course being a father is expensive to a degree. And I'm not saying his wife's expensive. Vidi, love you. You're not expensive. But it is tough. So this is to help. And that's absolutely true, Kevin. Thankfully, donations do not fall under that. He will be returning to work. They are expecting him to, once they get rid of the kidney, they are expecting him to have a full recovery. They're hoping that this is just an isolated incident. We'll know more later. But as it stands right now, they're only expecting him to be out a couple months, 2 to 3 months. We are putting it for indefinite because, again, we don't have the answers about how really bad it is. Once they get the actual tumor in hand, they can figure out what are the chances of malignancy, whether it's spreading, blah, blah, blah. We won't know that until it's out. So, on behalf of Ryan, I want to say thank you to everybody who has already donated. I want to say thank you to everybody who is going to donate. And please leave words of encouragement on the page. He is actively, viewing the page. He has been reaching out to people. And yes, prayers. So Chef, you and I both know what the VA really is. It is a sham. It is a fraud. It is garbage. We know this started happening shortly after the Fukushima fallout. The military denies, as of right now, thank you, Cindy, that it's anything military related. Of course they do. Going through a nuclear fallout cloud is par for the course in the Navy, apparently. So obviously he has only his limited coverage. He is not allowing the VA to do this surgery. I don't blame him, as somebody who's had to go through the hoops. I don't even use the VA. I use Mrs. the Breaker's healthcare from her job. I won't go to the VA. I've never had a good experience. It was, even though, yeah, it's covered and it's free, I would rather pay a $20 copay and deal with a real doctor. So he's actually going through Roswell Park Cancer Institute in New York, and their affiliated hospital to do the surgery. My mother used to work there, so she has some friends there. So we know he's going to be well taken care of. So he is not dealing with the VA. Whether or not he discusses anything long-term with the federal government, that remains to be seen. But I mean, let's be honest. The government doesn't care. They don't. That's not a political commentary. Chef, Steven, you guys know. They don't care. They're going to deny. So, it is what it is. Yeah, right, lady? Yeah. So, we have each other. That's it. And thank you. I want to say there's a couple other things that we're going to be doing. For everybody that donates, Paul Maitland purposefully donated anonymously because he didn't want anybody to know. So I'm going to respect his wishes, and I'm not going to say that Paul Maitland donated because he specifically told me that he did not want anybody to know that. And he does not want to be part of the giveaway. One of my most beloved little treasures that I have is my Necro Dragon. My cozy one of one, the first ever Necro Dragon that Lee has ever done. His own words tell you. Thank you, buddy. So, for every $20 that is donated by you, I will be keeping track, and we'll be doing a giveaway. Thank you, Stephen. And I want to, put something that you guys know is quite close. Some artists have already reached out to me. I'm not going to name their names. Some of them are here. Some of them are actually streaming live right now. They have offered to send some items. Ice Wolf, I've talked to Kevin. I've talked to quite a few people. Thank you, nerd. Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, the Navy, I can tell you the Navy hates their sailors. I have a whole different issue with the Navy that is a very long and requires a lot of alcohol. I don't have a drop of alcohol in the studio today. I figured I'd be emotional enough. I'm just going to stick to water. I actually took the remainder of the booze home yesterday to not have it here today. Thank you, Mondo, and I appreciate it. Thank you. We do like prayers. We like positive energy. We like the Quan and the Chi. So, yeah, it has been a tough ride, but we are going to get through it. Thank you, Cindy. If there's one thing I can tell you about my family and well, most of my family, Ryan's twin brother, Matthew, I can't say this for. We love Matthew. He's a good-looking kid. But the rest of us are tough, hardy, Nordic people from Buffalo that the cold doesn't bother us. Crap happens. We deal with it. We just say, okay, and we move on. So it is, we keep that stiff upper lip. Paul Maitland knows. We keep a stiff upper lip, and we move on. We'll get through this. We'll move on. We'll have drinks about it later on a boat somewhere. Oh, absolutely, man. Lady, absolutely. Civilian is the way to go. If you have the means, if you have somebody like a spouse or somebody that can put you on their health care in your former military, the military health care is terrible. I haven't gone to the VA since, I would argue, 6 months after the service. Since then, I've been on private insurance. I won't do it. They haven't. Everything was a fight. Everything was a long wait. Didn't matter. I still occasionally have anxiety. I used to really suffer with anxiety. And mental health is something I openly talk about and advocate for. But it was taking like 4 months just to get Ativan so that I could quell panic attacks when I would have them. So after that, once I got a private healthcare person, they're like, just FaceTime me and you can have it in an hour. I was like, I don't need the VA. And there you go, Cindy. And I'm glad you did, or else we wouldn't have been able. Why is that doing that? All right, can you hear me now? There we go. So I have a scar on my head. I've told this story before. I have a scar on my head. I'm frozen. I am frozen. All right, let me see. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can. Maybe. All right, let's see if. Nope, all of my cameras are fried. Okay, so I am going to have to do, it looks like I'm going to have to do a reset. It's a great shot of me. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, so here's what I'm going to do. I am first going to I am going to I'm going to end stream and restart. So give me a moment.